Okay guys, I am starting on the last squares that we have to make for Fort Worth Fabric Studios For Good Measure mystery quilt. And this is called the chain blocks. So unfortunately, I have to do more cutting. Yes. So this is the last piece of the white fabric that we have. It's our background fabric. AKA Fabric A. This is the 26-inch piece, which is the last one, and I need to cut 7 3.5-inch strips. So let's get going. Okay, now that I have the 7 3.5-inch strips, I need to subcut those into 40 3.5-inch by 6.5-inch rectangles. Okay, so I have chain pieced all these little squares together. Yep, that was tedious. But we've now got 80 squares all together because now they're sewed together. We had 80 of each. Now we've sewed them together. We've got 80 all together. Okay. And we're going to take this even down further to 40 blocks after we press these seams toward the red fabric. Okay, so as I've said before, whichever fabric you are going to press toward, that fabric should be on top facing you. So I'm going to flip over this stack so that the reds are on top. And let me change places of stuff. I will put this here, scooch that over. That way you guys can watch me press. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you just want to give it a quick press. And the reason why we do that before we start opening in sideways or however it is you're going to press your seam is when we sew, we are punching little holes in our fabric as we go along. And what happens when you give it a quick press before you do anything is the heat will close those holes up more. It'll like just make it so that all the fibers tighten around the thread that you've put in. And listen, I'm not the one who made that up. I think I heard Jenny Doan on Missouri SAR say that first. And so since I've heard her say it, I always do it, and seems to be lovely. So that's what I do. Okay, so once you do that, then you will take your top fabric and flip it over. Now what I do is I just kind of do a little thing like this. Bloop. And I will sort of do like a little finger press. I'm not pushing it or anything except to try to make sure that it's not, like overlapping or whatever, but I don't go crazy with it. I just kind of like do like this, like smooth it over so that it's there. And then press. And you just have to hold it there for a second. And there you go. Okay, so I have finished pressing these, and I was going to show you exactly what happens when we have to join these together. We're going to be making a 4-patch. So when we attach these together, we would fold them right sides together, and then as you can see, we now have a seam on either side, and you can feel that they nest. So then we just need to stitch down one side, and when you are done, you will have a perfect seam right there. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, okay, so I am back and I have my my little blocks that are put together in the 4 square. So I have them all ready and I am just going to press them now. So here we go. Okay, so I have finished pressing all of my 4 patches, and now we're going to start assembling the 10 blocks that we need for this week. So the way that we are going to assemble them is we are going to take our eye fabric and we will have 1 white square on either side, okay? And we're going to make 10 of those. Then we're going to take one of our white squares and we're going to put 1 4 patch there and 1 4 patch there. And this is the way that they have it on the sheet, where you have a red square on top left and then a green square on top left, and on these sides. So we're going to make 20 of these all together. And when we do, we'll have 10 that will be placed this way on top of one of these squares. And then we're going to flip it to this way. Is that where, what did we? Yes, we're going to flip it to that way on the bottom part. So, but we still sew them exactly the same way. We'll just be flipping them for where they go on the bottom row. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to assemble all these and come back whenever we are ready to press. Okay guys, I am here with all of the rows that I have sewed together, and now we just need to do our pressing. So here we go. Okay guys, so I have all of my rows sewn and pressed, and so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to count 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to flip them over and put them on the bottom. And this is how we are going to sew our pieces together. Okay, so on the top row, you want to make sure that a green square is on the top left. And on the bottom row, you're going to make sure that there's a green square on the bottom right. I'm pretty sure that's how we're supposed to do it. Let's see. Oh no, hold on. Other way. We're supposed to have red on the top left and then a red on the bottom right. Okay, I'm going to show you. So if you look right here, there's a red on the top left and a red on the bottom right. Bottom left, sorry. You guys, it's been a long day. Okay. I think I did that right. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go and I'm going to sew all of these together, and then we're going to press them and they'll be all finished. Whew, home stretch. Who knows? I might get it up for Monday. I'm not sure. That's my goal though. Okay, guys, woohoo! I have finished all 10 of the chain squares, or chain blocks, they're calling them. And next week, we'll get to finish putting together the whole quilt. So I hope you guys are all caught up. I hope to have this up tomorrow morning so that you guys can see everything. I did run out of storage space on my camera, so you see most of everything being sewed, but not all the way to the end. So I apologize for that. I'm gonna have to see if I can find another memory card so that I don't have that happen again. However, I think you get the gist of how it all goes together and what it looks like when it's finished. So I will see you guys next week. Happy sewing! Dee-dee-dee-dee.